there's just a beautiful group of people who are here, and it's always good to connect with them. The community on Kauai is amazing. The people who travel from all over the world to be here, particularly this time of year when they're warming up in the winter months. And the thing for me is just seeing the heritage of this program and remembering what it started as and what it's blossomed into. It makes me really proud to know Carol Yotsuda. All of her aloha and efforts that goes into this, it comes from the heart. It comes from a very beautiful place. Such a great group of people. It's not like your typical concert that you do. We can really stretch out and do anything we feel like. And so there's a beautiful freedom in that. It's always fun to be at a place here to not just be a performer, and that's something that's very valuable to me. I'm also an educator here. I get to talk about music and share my reasons for wanting to play and wanting to learn. I'm not just walking up on stage, doing a show and walking off. To me, there's a little bit more depth to this program. So that's the thing that I'm excited about here. Not necessarily a question, but a purpose, a reason for being here that is meaningful to me.
Our first experience with Kanikapila Kakou.
We were bugging Auntie Carol, when can we come back?
We try to do something that's not the norm.
Right.
Yeah, we always try to find something a little bit different.
Try to push the envelope with the music. We treasure and got to know and are very ma'a or familiar with the traditional sounds that we grew up listening to from all the kupuna and our parents' generation. And what we wanted to do is, as long as we have that as a foundation and we know where we came from, we use that as a stepping stone to build the sound, build the music, and contribute and try and make our little contribution in progressing the music and hopefully not supporting a stagnant mentality.
That's what Waipuna means. Waipuna in its literal form means spring water. But its poetic meaning is something that's gone through a progression. That started from the rain, sunk into the ground, and comes up new later on. So that's something that, like Kali was saying, we don't drift too far away from our traditional style of playing and performing. But then we want to bring it new. We want to bring forth something new, something fresh, something where people, our audience can listen and say, I recognize it, but it sounds different. We always, when we come to performances like this is when we're gonna leave it straight up to however you want to do it.
We come from different parts of the island. We get west, south, and east side.
Yeah.
So we cover the whole.
Yeah. We was gonna get somebody from the north, but he lived too far. And a huge mahalo to Carol Yotsuda,
Sure, yeah.
for letting us come, and we see all the names on the list, and we're like, we're humbled.
Again, yes, we only been together for a year, and they asked us to be a spot.
Yeah.
They feature us, and we're only now finishing up the CD, and they still want us to do it. So, as three lead singers, we all are lead singers, so we know what to do to accompany the lead singer. Yeah.
This time is the first time. So usually, we organize a ukulele school in Japan, and this time he's a pro musician. His main is a jazz style. We love the traditional Hawaiian music. Well, many musicians can come to Japan.
YouTube. It just feels right when the three of us are playing together.
It's so much fun. It was so much fun. Hawaiian swing. Hawaiian swing with a little bit of jazz in there too.
That's the goal.
Yeah.
That's the goal, to have it swing, yes. I would say we're definitely present time, but
it's kind of a combination of the both.
Our heroes are all
from the past.
Yeah. Jazz was sort of the hottest thing until the 60s came around, and then this is my conception of it. And folk music and rock and roll really became popular, and then sort of that you didn't hear that swing sound so much after that.
If we was to we can't even come close to the sound of the past.
That's true.
But we try to come close as we can. And, you know, a lot of the old timers is who we look up to, you know, like Benny Kalama, Sonny Kamahele, Walter Molokini, Hawaii Calls, you know, and that's pretty much who we kind of get our inspiration from.
When Adam mentions these people, he's not just dropping names. He's a little older than I am, and he actually got to play.
Just a little.
But yeah, Adam actually got to play with these people that he mentioned. Got to witness their music firsthand. So he's my link to the past.
It was an amazing experience. Yeah, this kid is incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a phenom. He's one of the most, you know, up-and-coming musicians on the island of Oahu. You put any instrument in his hand and he just takes off. He's incredible musician, and one of the youngest musicians that plays with us on a Disney Aulani stage.
But it's always been the ambiance of a Kanikapila Kakou, to hear the feeling that everybody gets. And whenever Carol summons me to come and share, I know it's going to be filled with a lot of mana'o and a lot of storytelling, and it's very educational. It's a good way to learn about our culture here in the islands. It's not typical and it's not unusual. It's kind of like it kind of goes hand in hand, I think, yeah. Like, I think a workshop helps everybody to get prepared and ready for the spontaneity of a function like this, yeah. Because Hawaiian culture and Hawaiian style of doing things is like that, yeah, very, very spontaneous too, yeah. So, yeah, if you're prepared for that, then anything goes, yeah. No, these are my dear friends and longtime musicians from the island of Kauai. One of my favorite things I like to do is when I travel from island to island and I perform, I like to grab or invite the musicians from the island to join me in my songs and my performance to it. It's very delightful. Yeah, it's levitation and elevation, yeah. It's telepathy, yeah. It's as if we are all former basketball players, right? So we can do the no-look pass, yeah. And we know where the person's gonna be without, you know, it's like, and we have a peripheral vision of the court. So inside our musical minds, we have a peripheral vision of the landscape of music, yeah. So these guys, you know, I can choose a lot of different musicians, but I know that these guys can cut. As we say in the business, cut it. They can cut it, yeah. Yeah. You know, local boys, Hawaii people, we do everything from a pu'uvai anyway, to begin with, yeah. And to kind of have that meaning come from here instead of everything over here, yeah. Then that creates a spiritual connection between us. Yeah, so one of the ways I like to explain it is like we're all going surfing. Yeah, and in the old days, everybody used to catch the wave together. There was no such thing as drop in, like no drop in on me. That's how it is today, yeah. Before, we're all trying to catch the wave together, yeah, so that we can say how's it to each other, and we can wipe out together too, right? Yeah, and that's what we enjoy. So when we play music, it's the same kind of feeling, yeah, like that. So I always kind of go, even when I travel anywhere in the world, I always try and play happy, yeah. Try to go inside there and bring the sunshine, yeah, and bring the good vibe, yeah, because that's what Hawaii is about. That's why people gravitate to Hawaii too, yeah. I think that for us as koko of these islands, yeah, born and raised here, that's our kuleana, yeah, our responsibility to always project that. And again, that's why it becomes educational afterwards, right? Because if people can see and feel and understand how we do what we do, yeah, then then they get it, you know.
and they start running. Okay, so make this move, running. They're running away from her. Because why? She's gonna bite them. Okay, ready? Like this, your claw. They jump into the ocean. She goes up to get the inalua vine. She's gonna pull that vine and she's gonna weave a basket. Okay, so you pull it here. You're gonna go, weave the basket. Now inside the basket, they've jumped in the ocean. They're going into the ocean. She makes this basket and she puts the ohiki crab.
Hina lema, lilo la ua I mau, hina lea la, hina lema, lilo la ua I mau, hina lea la, hiha, hiha, he, hiha, hiha, he, hiha, hiha, he, hiha, hiha, he. O ka huna I ho I ke ia kalani mai nuku he mo'o he e pa. O ka huna I ho I ke ia kalani mai nuku he mo'o he e pa. Hiha, hiha, he, hiha, hiha, he, hiha, hiha, he, hiha, hiha, he. Ohi ina lua na nana kahina I ume aku I ka ono ohiki. Ohi ina lua na nana kahina I ume aku I ka ono ohiki. Hiha, hiha, he, hiha, hiha, he, hiha, hiha, he, hiha, hiha, he. Ka kini kini, a ohe ana ka e puka uai. Ka kini kini, a ohe ana ka e puka uai. Hiha, hiha, he, 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 hiha, hiha, he.